Alrighty, so first to begin with this look, I'm going to start by priming my face. And before I prime my face, I like to use a moisturizer. And since I have combination oily skin, I like to use the Belief True Cream Aqua Bomb. This restores 15% of your hydration to your skin, but it has kind of like a gel-like finish to it, so it's not gonna make me greasy, but it's still gonna smoothen out my skin. Just like applying this all over my face. So this, you can use a moisturizer as a primer. I just like using this for moisturization because I have at times really dry skin, and this helps still preserve the moisture in my face. Alrighty, and once you're done with that, you want to take one of your favorite primers. Mine is from Urban Decay, and it's called the Optical Illusion, and I love this because it's going to help smoothen out your face. It has, I believe it has argan oil in it, so it's still going to help with hydration, and the pink in the primer helps kind of color correct your skin a bit. And I like to focus this in the T-zone of my face because I feel like that's where I have my larger pores. So once you're done with that, I like to grab my mattifying primer, and I like to use the Benefit the Porefessional. I'm not that oily, so on a scale from 1 to 10, I probably range like maybe like a 5 or maybe like a 3 when I get oily the most. So that's why I like using this one. If you're super oily, I wouldn't recommend this. This is just for someone who gets a little bit oily and wants to like maintain their oils on their face. But I mostly get oily on my nose area and my chin. So that's where I'm going to place that primer. And a little bit on my forehead, just in case. After I'm done with that, I like to go in with my favorite foundation. And since we're doing an everyday kind of look, I always go for the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I like this because it's full coverage and it has SPF 50 in it, and it's anti-aging, and it's kind of like a serum based kind of a BB cream. Oh, sorry, CC cream. But it's so beautiful. I'm just gonna take my little paw. You can get this at Beautylish. It costs around like $20 to $30, but I like it because it has this little like magnetic like little wristband thing. So when you're doing your foundation or if you're freelancing, all you have to do is just like put this on your hand, pump the foundation that you want to do, and then go on to your client, versus putting it on your hand, because sometimes I feel like my hand absorbs the foundation and I don't get a lot of my product. So what I like to do is just put like maybe 1 to 3 pumps on here. I take my wet beauty blender. Mine isn't that wet, so I'm going to take my setting spray. This is really bad, but you should definitely wet your beauty blender. But when I'm lazy and I don't feel like getting up, I like to take my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix and just spray it a little bit. So after that is moist, I take my little cat paw, and then I dip my beauty blender into it, and I start pouncing the foundation onto my face. I like to drag my foundation down my neck as well. I'm going to move on to the brows, just because I feel when I put powder around my brows, it's kind of harder to like correct them if I mess up. So my favorite brow product that I love at the moment, it's the Benefit Goof Proof pencil. I love this because it's water resistant and kind of has like this funky little tip. I don't know if you can tell, but if you see it right here, definitely in the shade 3. So what I like to do with my brows first is just grab the spoolie and then go very lightly through my brows. It's okay if you mess up because brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. If they were too symmetrical, it'll look a little weird. And I take in the bottom And I like to trace the bottom of my brow. And then I lightly like to create little like brow hairs using that angle of the pencil. And go from there. I'm going to go in and do the same thing to this brow now. Okay, obviously this one's fucked up, but that's okay. This one, you're going to take your handy dandy concealer and conceal. Oh god, that looks so bad. I hate when like beauty bloggers like pretend to be perfect and do their brows perfectly, but honestly this is how it probably looks like before they edit it. Look at this. This is real. So my favorite concealer I like to use to cover up my brows is from Nars, and it's the soft matte, the soft matte complete concealer, and I am in the shade Chantley, which is probably the lightest color in their collection. And what I like to do is just grab this little like elf brush, and I like to dip it into the little concealer pot and grab a little bit of product and go away at sculpting out my brows. That looks way better. I'm gonna make it less thicker. That looks way better. I'm just gonna buff away all the concealer that I have on my eyebrows. So my favorite brush that I like to use to blend away my concealer is from Morphe, and I loved how dome shaped this brush is because of the bristles. It really just helps pack on any sort of, you know, paint pot, or if you want to blend away any concealer, this is gonna be your friend. After you're done with that, you're going to take any kind of brow gel. I like to try the e.l.f. one. This is supposed to be like a clear mascara or like a clear brow gel, but I mean, I just use it for my brows. I'm going to take my Sephora Bright Future color corrector, and I have really dark circles under my eyes, and if I don't color correct I just look really tired, and I want to look ready to take on the day. And you're just going to blend all of this oranginess out. I like to mainly focus the color corrector in the inner corner of my eye because that's where it's the deepest. My favorite concealer that I like to go in after I'm done correcting is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light Warm, and I just like to place the concealer right over where I put the corrector. And then you can put some on your nose, a little on your nose, and then a little bit on your chin. You're gonna take your favorite baking powder. Mine right now currently is the RCMA translucent powder, and what I like about it is that it doesn't set into my like fine lines and everything, and it's very light. So what I like to do, I like to dump my translucent powder into like a little tray. It's just like an old Laura Mercier like cap that I had when I did use a Laura Mercier powder, and I grabbed my like beauty blender, my Real Techniques beauty blender, and I use like the angle side to like set my under eye area. So after you're done with that, and I like to use my Laura Mercier, what is this called? I like to use the Laura Mercier Candle Sheer Perfecting Powder, and I'm in the shade 1, And I think I talked about this in my favorites video last month. It gives your skin kind of like a very natural, like healthy glow, and that's what I want. I want to have healthy looking skin. Alrighty, so after you're done setting your face, I like to go in with my favorite bronzer, and that one is from Benefit, and it's the Hoola bronzer. And I like this because it's a very universal bronzer. It's not too warm and it's not too gray. Contouring is about giving your face dimension. It's about bringing and enhancing your cheekbones. I have a big forehead. If you have a small forehead, you don't really need to contour, but I have 5-finger forehead here, so, you know, gotta make it smaller. Once you're done with your bronzer, you want to go in with your contour. And my favorite one currently, it's from Guerlain, and it's this one right here. It kind of looks like this packaging. It's very bougie-like. But it's the terracotta bronzer, and I'm in the shade number 3. But what I like to do is take this brush and then apply it right here, because that's where, you know, the depth of your contour is going to be. Concentrating that contour on that inner hollow of my cheek and making sure I really blend upward, because we want to look sculpted. So once you're done with that, you're going to go in with your favorite blush. It's this one from MAC. It's like, it has kind of a sheen to it, and that's why I like it, because it gives my skin kind of a glow. But it's called Cheek Pollen, and it came out maybe like a year ago. But you're just going to take like any blush. After you're done with your blush, what you're going to do is just grab your regular face blush and make sure that everything blends in coherently. Blending is going to save lives, okay? Remember that. I'm just going to take a little bit, not a lot, and just make sure I blend my forehead. Okay, so after with that, so next for highlighting, I'm going to use the brush Royal and Langnickel. And it kind of looks like this. And then I go in with my favorite highlighter, and it's from Mac Daddy. It's from Artist Couture. But I love these. These are my favorite highlighters, you guys. They're banging. I love having a really like out there highlight, and these bad boys get the job done. So you can put any eyeshadow here to your liking. I just did a really simple kind of peachy brown color in my crease. So after this step, we're gonna jump straight ahead to eyeliner. So what I like to do first is I like to go in with like a liquid eyeliner. Something very thin like this. This is the Grandos, sorry, it looks like this. But you can use like the Grandos liner, and it's really thin, so it's very easy to play around with like how thick or thin you want your eyeliner to be. Alright you guys, once you're done with your eyeliner, you're going to go in with your eyelash curler, and then you're going to curl your lashes and apply your mascara. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this Tarte mascara and coat my lashes with them, so that way my fake ones blend in with my real ones. Alright guys, so once you have your mascara down, we're going to apply on lashes. And I know this can be very tricky, So my favorite lashes that I like to put on are from Huda Beauty, and they look kind of janky in the box. I wore them last night and I just like ripped them off my eye and put them in here. But these are probably one of my favorites, and these are called, I think these are called Samantha's, and they're so beautiful, you guys. They're just really nice and wispy. But I'm going to show you guys how to apply them on. So what you're going to do, I already pre-cut my eyelashes already. If you guys want a tutorial on how to like properly cut your lashes and measure them to your eye, comment down below and let me know, because that's what I'm here for. And what I do is just grab the eyelash glue. I like this one particularly because it has like a little wand. I hate using the fucking duo glue because it smells like ass, first of all, and then you have to like go in with a Q-tip and squeeze it out and then apply it on the lash band. Like, that's just too much work for me. So I like something personal to this just because I don't have to do any extra work, and I just apply the glue to the lash band like this and I let it get tacky. I place it on the center of my eye, or the center of my lash line, and I want to make sure it's as close as possible to my natural lash line, so you can't see where my real ones and where my fake ones are. But then that's just one eye, you see? And we're gonna move on to the other eye. So this one, for some reason, this eyelash just wasn't giving it to me yesterday. I had a hard time. So if you ever have a hard time with a lash, you just want to like grab the band. You want to grab the band and just like wiggle it around. And voila, you have your lashes. Okay, so while that dries, we're gonna move onto lips. My favorite lipstick currently is from Marc Jacobs. It's this one right here, and it's the Hot Cocoa, and I like this because it's very hydrating and I don't have to use a lip liner. And there is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and were able to learn something today. But please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and let me know if you guys want to learn more looks. As always, see you next time.